As you can imagine, I make a lot of dust. So I decided to buy a dust collector, and it's also a Grizzly. And it works really good. As you can see, it's collected a lot of dust. Maybe it would help if I turned it on. Welcome back to the making of a knife. This is video number 3 in a series of videos where I'm showing you how to make a knife from start to finish. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to 2 of my 5 grinders. Yes, I've got 5 grinders. 2 of them are Grizzly grinders right behind me, and I use them for miscellaneous stuff, and it helps a lot. So come right along and let's get started. In this video, we are going to profile the knife that we cut out in the previous video. Now here it is. It's going from the bandsaw to a grinder, one of my belt grinders. It's a 2 by 72 inch Grizzly. Now I do have quite a few Grizzly tools because I've had good luck with them, and their customer service is great. With the bandsaw, when I first received it, it had been handled pretty roughly, and so the switch was broken, and I just called, and the following day they had the part in the mail to me. So that's the kind of service that you would expect from a good company. So here is the grinder. It's actually a buffer grinder, but this grinder here belonged to a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago, and his wife, who is also a good friend of mine, she gave it to me. And when I use this grinder, I think a lot about him. We were friends for a really long time, and he went to sleep one night and didn't wake up. So I'm proud to have his grinder, and I did show him to make knives, and he made a few. So that's a pretty special grinder. So after I used it for about a year, I decided, hey, that works pretty good, so I'm gonna buy a spare. And these 2 grinders are just basically miscellaneous grinders. It does come with a tool rest, and I normally keep these 36 grit belts on there, and it's for something that, you know, I can come over here and just turn it on and grind whatever I need to, whether it's steel or leather or wood or whatever. If I just need to shape it really quick, this is what I use. And it does come with that buffing wheel. I suggest that when it's not in use, when it's not turning, that you cover it up. Get a piece of fabric, or I like to use shower caps because they fit on there good, and they stay on there, and that will keep your buffer clean, free from grit and dust and everything. And you don't want that to get embedded in here, because when you go to polish a handle or a blade, it will show up as fine scratches. So be sure and keep that covered up if you're going to use it. I have 2 other buffers that I use, so I don't mess with it. This tool rest is adjustable. You know, it adjusts this way and it adjusts this way. So I like to pull it up just as close to the belt as I can. That way it doesn't grab something and pull it in between. So you want to leave very little space there. And also, when you line it up for what I'm about to do, you want it square, or as square as you can get it. I know it's hard to do on a round surface, but you want this 90 degrees. That is an 8-inch contact wheel, and that's what it comes with. It comes with the contact wheel, the tool rest, this adjustable arm, and a buffing wheel like that. It does not, however, come with a stand. You'll have to build a stand. To turn it on, you just pull the switch, and and it actually runs pretty smooth. To adjust the belt left to right, you use this knob, you turn it, and I'll show you how it works. See the belt adjusting? Go the other way. So that's all you got to do, is turn this one way or the other. I believe this particular grinder is $525 plus shipping, which, as far as grinders go, that's pretty reasonable. And some people think that you probably won't be able to grind a knife blade on there because your hand will hit right here, but I've tried it, and for short blades, and I say short, maybe a 3 to 4 inch blade, it works really good. And if you're gonna do a longer blade, you just need to figure out how to do it without bumping here, and you might have to hold it a little different, but it can be done. And for a beginner, I think this would be all that a guy needs. So the next step on this blade would be to go to the grinder and grind it smooth all along the profile of this knife. So let's go do this right now. And you always want to keep a bucket of water handy. I'm going to dip it in the water to cool it off. And that's it. After we grind the profile, it leaves a burr all the way around the edge. So I like to take a file and just knock that edge off, and it doesn't take much. This way, when we go to surface it, when it sits on the table, it'll sit nice and flat. But you can see. I'll go ahead and do both sides. That's all it takes. It's ready to be surfaced. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. Until next time, adios.